Hey, what's happening, Ward Wrestling Live? A little bit different here to start out. I usually introduce our guests first. However, I have a little sponsor today. Pretty cool. The sponsor for today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code WARD, WARD, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use code name WARD. And we'll have more on that later, but you can see here their Lawnmower 3.0. They've sent it to me. It's in the mail. This great package can be yours. Very, very low price with 20% off. And you get underwears with it. They come with free underwears. Boxers to keep your family jewels chill, relaxed, keep your junk in the trunk, and it'll be fun, man. But anyway, I'm here today. We'll talk more about how much your balls will thank you later. In the meantime, we got my man here, Dylan Sparkman, two-time state qualifier, one-time runner-up. New rankings came out today. He was ranked number 2 in the state in his bracket division, whatever they call it, and two-time district champ, one-time runner-up. He's from Palm Harbor, home of the Canes, and we got him here today. And man, I appreciate you coming on. Top of your bracket was stacked. I've had all 3 guys that I had to go through to get to the finals on here, and then the one you went against in the finals. All great kids as well. But it's a pleasure to have you on, man. Welcome.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, I was excited. It's just weird how that happened. I had Kodo, then Dang, and then you signed up. I was like, damn, I think all these guys are watching each other here, calling
Yeah.
each other out. Somebody came on, I think your coach came on and told Dang, let's get a rematch at the GFC, and it all started from there. I was like, all right, guys, it's fun to watch. I get my popcorn.
Yeah.
But it's been cool, and it's been fun, man. But again, thanks for coming on. Obviously, it's been a little bit different off season for you, right?
Honestly, I've been probably training more this off season than like ever. Because my sophomore to junior year, my coach broke my collarbone, so I was out for a little bit.
Nice
But
job.
I don't know, this year we've been, I don't know, I'll practice like 6 days a week. Like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll go from like 5:30 to 8:30, and then Tuesday, Friday, I'll go from like 5:30 to 7:30. So I don't know, I'm always wrestling, and then weekends I'll just try and find a room.
Really? And through the pandemic, what would you do? Just work out at home, or
Yeah,
find
I don't know.
a buddy?
Yeah, I'd go on runs, and then I have a bunch of weights and stuff in my house, so I'd lift with a bunch of the kids who graduated on our team this year.
Nice. So you really didn't miss a beat, huh?
No.
Good for you. And I guess having to go through that injury last year, it probably motivated you a little bit to get more work in this summer.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would have liked to probably get some more tournaments in during the summer, but at least you were able to get some roles and practice and do your thing. And a lot of kids probably didn't get the same opportunity. So it's
Yeah.
good to hear you did that. But man, last year, I mean, a great year for you. I know it didn't end the way you wanted it. You really wanted to be on the top of the podium. You got beat by Kodo. You guys have kind of this thing, go back and forth with each other. Pretty cool little rivalry there. But talk about last year. I mean, you really you made a big jump, right? You got to the finals. We're close. Successful year for you, or left a bad taste in your mouth? What's going on there?
I mean, there were some ups and downs in the season for sure. Like I lost to Kodo the second week at like their duels there at South Dade, and I don't know. I also lost at Liv Greco in the finals to George Duncan. I don't know. everyone that I lose to, it's always a back and forth, you know. It's just if I show up that day and it's good, but if not, you know, I'm always getting better. So, you know, I don't know. State this year it was great. You know, it was fun to be there. You know, I was having fun a lot this year, and I know I think that's what really changed from my sophomore to junior year is I started having fun when I was wrestling, and it wasn't just about the sport. It was about like everything that surrounds it, you know?
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and I mean, look, for all things considered, I'm sure there's a lot of prior wrestlers, previous high school wrestlers that would have loved to have been runner-up. You still have an opportunity to come back and get it, and that's good for you. Do we expect you at 120 again?
I don't know about 120, maybe 126,
Nice.
but I'm I'm in the 20s right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good for you. Yeah, and obviously, as you grow, you get bigger. Going into your senior year, man. So you have some amazing coaches around you. You're the Gulf Coast over there. I mean, I've only learned since April, since I started this show, but I mean, I can't believe the hotbed of wrestling that's out there. You guys finally have your own club open off campus, so
yeah.
that's going to be able to get you some more. Uh, but man, talk about Kane's wrestling, the philosophy, the culture, the rooms. I mean, the coaches with Nick and Abramitis and Hall and the other guy you mentioned. But first thing, does Nick ever wear a shirt, or does he just walk around always
Um,
shirtless? Does he
just
teach
shirtless.
shirtless? Does he teach his classes like that? I mean, it just walks around that way always.
You know, well now he has to wear a mask, but a lot of the time he's just walking around shirtless, you know. It's just his thing. But I don't know. I love my coaches. You know, it's a great fun that we all have. I don't know. Coach Matt really runs a tough practice, and I'll wrestle with one of our other coaches, Coach Tom, a lot. He's a great partner, and I know Coach Hall is always there, and so is Radner. You know, if I ever have questions or need to get extra work in. So I mean, it's great, like having a facility that if I ever need to go wrestle, I can. You know, it's just awesome opportunities.
Yeah, I was big for those guys to do that for you. Not you in particular, but for you in general.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it looks like if you're going to wrestle right now, the schools are sporadically starting to give permissions again, but to have a facility off the property is great. And I know, I think D1 opened up, right? D1 Wrestling opened a program, and they're welcoming you guys in. I think I saw where you guys have been down there for a few weekend rumbles with like the Scorpions and Charlotte and all those guys down there. And
Yeah.
will you be down there next weekend?
At the Rumble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or La Duel or whatever. They got some dual tournament.
Yeah. I'm going to the Rumbles this Saturday, and then we're bringing our team. We're gonna do the dual tournament.
Oh, nice, awesome. That should be fun. Yeah, it looks like he's got 6 teams.
Yeah.
Pretty cool that he did that, and it should be great. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret between you and me. But I'm going to set up the show there. Coach Price reached out to me. Be the first time I've ever had my show on location. So I know nobody's listening to this right now, but you want to come out and check me out? I'll be at the D1 Duels that Saturday. I'll be set up to watch these guys, and it'll be fun. It'll be my first time back into a wrestling room to watch competition, so I'm looking forward to it. And Coach Price, if you're listening, thank you so much for the invite. I'm excited to come down and check it out. It should be fun to watch. So that's breaking news. Breaking news. Ward Wrestling Live will be there. Brought to you by Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Yep. And if you wear a singlet or a bikini, make sure you use the Lawnmower 3.0. Keep yourself clean. All right. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'll get to meet you guys. I'll get to meet a bunch of guys. I know I heard Mafia will be there. So that'll be great, man. Coach Avramitis says that that's my leader in the room right there. So Coach is on there. Coach Avramitis, I don't know if you heard, but I'll get to meet you in person finally next weekend. I'll be at the duels. So that'll be fun. I'll set up the show, bring some stickers, hand them out. We'll have a blast. Connor Beebe, Sparkman is a stud. Boom, another one. Beebe, man, I haven't seen your name in a while, bro. Good to see you, man. I'm glad you came on and said what's up. I know you're busy down there building your program. I'll be at Palm Harbor for the D1 duels. Beebe, come by and visit.
Yeah, Coach Beebe's awesome. He's always teaching me new stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Avramitis says he's much better looking in person. So, ooh. Well, I was going to say a few things there, but we're live. Well, Coach Avramitis, your wife will thank you if you clean your balls and trim your jewels with this. The Lawnmower 3.0, WARD. Save yourself some cash. Remember, a stump looks bigger in the desert than it does in the woods. So, man, a decision to start wrestling, man. How old were you? What got you into it? Do you have any siblings or parents that did it, or was it something you just found?
Well, my dad wrestled in Michigan and when he was in high school. And then me and my brother were both born here. So I know I was in 6th grade and my brother was in 7th. And he was like, we always did football and like we're always doing different sports and stuff. And he was like, you know, there's a club in Palm Harbor, so I want you guys to try it out. And it was great. It was so much different than any other sport. It was great to get in, you know, start wrestling.
Did you wrestle at the George Jenkins this year? What they call it, the Moskowitz? Were you there?
No.
I see your name throughout. I've had this show, and I'm like, man, I've seen that kid wrestle a few times, and I keep trying. You know, when I get to meet all these kids now that come on my show, I'm like, wait a second, I remember that name. Where did I see that name? And I was probably watching you at states or regions or different tournaments around. Do you guys come up to Orlando at all for any tournaments during the season?
We went to Haggerty. They had some dual tournament at Haggerty this year. So our team was there. But
a couple like Lyman, Lake Mary. There's a couple of big ones that come up. It's cool, man. Have you written down your focus points for this year, your goals for this year? Are they in your mind? Do you set your goals as like short-term, week by week stuff, or do you say, okay, the ultimate goal is win my bracket at states, or do you process yourself throughout the year? Do you say this tournament, or I want to be at this level by this time? Is there any way that do you kind of process yourself throughout the year?
Well, I've whiteboard in my room, and I'll write like what tournaments I want to go to in the off season. And so I don't know, I kind of go like, if I'm in season, like I'll put like what my short-term goals are and like my long-term. So like my short-term would be like stay on a diet, like, you know, don't get too far out of weight, stuff like that. And more long-term would be like, you know, dominating at tournaments and, you know, keeping focused on wrestling.
Do you put like asking this girl out by October? No, none of that. All wrestling.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So we won't see you in Kissimmee, right? Because you've already qualified for 32, or will you still go to wrestle?
No, I've already qualified, so I won't be up there.
At the big show there. And then we're gonna see you at the Grappler. You've been there the last few years, right? You got family up there. What do you think about it being closer this year, being in Myrtle Beach? And I know you have family in Michigan, so a little bittersweet for you. But as far as getting more of your teammates to go, getting more of your friends to be able to go, is that some good stuff for you?
Yeah, because usually like I'll go with like last year, I just went up with my dad. Like I don't know, I got like Coach Mason to coach me from Jesuit. So I don't know, this year we're bringing our whole team. So it'll be definitely different than just traveling up with like one or two guys from our club. So
yeah, fun opportunity. And you know, I had Coach Greathouse on who started the Grapplers, who started the GFC, and you know, he said he was a little concerned about moving it because of the purpose behind it. but he said after a week in, man, he said it was starting to get loaded, and he can't believe what it. So I asked him, I said, will you continue to do like an on location type deal? It's hard for him to say yes or no without the tournament being completed, but it's
Yeah.
going to be tough. The success that he's going to have there. I know we have the COVID and things like that in New Way, but he's got New Way in that's doing the preventative maintenance and making sure that we're all going to be safe. Everybody's wearing their masks. Everybody's doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is good to know. But I think he's really going to be pleasantly surprised at the turnout, especially from the Southeast. I mean, because from what he's told me and what I can see when he posts, on Instagram, how he posts all you guys when you sign up, all the big names is, man, there's some studs coming, huh? What
Yeah.
you mentioned to me, so are you going to do 126 there, or are you doing 120?
It's like 125.
125. And you had mentioned to me that there's already 10 state champs in your bracket from around the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
well, it's awesome for me because I'm a spectator. Maybe it's not awesome for you because you have to go through them, but for me as a spectator, I'm like, hell yes, that's awesome. I get to see some good wrestling. How
I,
many?
I love wrestling, like tough competition. Like, I don't know, I'd rather wrestle a state champ than, I don't know, state qualifier. It's a better match. So I get to see what
Now,
I
is
work on.
Kodo and Dusendang in your bracket for GFC, or are they in the lower bracket?
I think they're in the bigger bracket, to be honest. Like, I'm at 125, so
Okay,
I
they
think
went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not right now. They're probably not cutting really for the season, right? They're probably just hanging out at weight. Seems
Yeah.
like you're doing the same thing, right? You're not really cutting.
No.
Yes, that makes
Working out
sense.
a lot.
My son is still at an age where his mind, when he looks in the mirror, he still thinks he's the 11-year-old. And I'm like, dude, but you are 150 now. Like, you're not that kid anymore. But I think in his mind, when does that go away? Does that ever? When do you go? Okay, I'm as big as these kids. I'm as old as these kids. I can compete with these kids. Like, when do you stop thinking you're still that little chubby kid from 7th grade, but you're not?
Oof. I don't know. Like, for me, probably still hasn't hit yet. I'm still that little 6th grader. But I don't know. My brother was like bigger than me always, so he was wrestling like 152 his junior and senior year.
Wow.
So
Where's he at now?
he's going to like our community college.
Nice. Does he? Do you think he'll wrestle again at another level?
No,
Or is he done?
he's done.
Yeah. What are your plans? I mean, are you looking to? I got to imagine being a steady state qualifier, a state placer, a state runner-up. I'm sure you've had some calls, and you had some people knocking. Is there? Has that one school that you're like, yeah, it's the place reached out yet? You don't have to tell us who it is, or are you still thinking about where you want to go? Do you have aspirations, dreams? I mean, what are you looking to do at the next level?
I definitely want to wrestle in college. It's just finding the right school, a home, not just somewhere to wrestle. So, but grades are definitely important when picking a school. So I'm lucky. Like, my mom's a teacher, so she's always on me about getting good grades. And, I'm doing 5 college classes this year. So I'm like full-time college student.
Nice, good for you. Yeah, it's amazing what you kids can take these days. I mean, my son's in 10th grade and he's got an AP psych class or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So awesome, man. Well, it sounds like you got a good family around you, good people around you, good coaches around you. Who's your favorite wrestler to compete against?
I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of really good kids. Like, honestly, probably some of the Manatee kids. They're always great to wrestle.
Listening to their coach Goog on the sideline.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I said, what I've learned about the Gulf Coast wrestling since I've been doing this is, man, it's awesome. I mean, so much stuff happening over there. I've already reached out to my sister-in-law. I can't wait till the brewery is kind of full functioning again, because I want to set up like 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 one of them two tops. What do they call like the little bar tables with two chairs, and set up a little thing and have people come up and just chill with me out there, and we'll
Like
just do
a-
shows live from there. Yeah.
Yeah,
You will only be allowed a root beer when you come and visit me
of
because beer's
course.
not at your level yet.
Just
But
a water, just a water.
but when you are at that level, I'll share one with you. Uh, it'll be fun. But I'd love to get Avramitis and Nick and BB and all those guys. Um, Man, this summer you've really gotten to. I see some rooms have opened up around you. What has it meant to? I know right now you've just been training kind of on your own and doing your thing, but
Yeah.
since the Canes opened and since D1 and the Scorpions and all these clubs in his image and BB and kind of have opened up now, how much
Mhm.
have you had an opportunity to kind of intertwine and get on the mat with people from all around that area?
Well, like at our club right now, we have a lot of kids from our school, but we get a lot of kids from like Pasco County and like East Lake High School. So I don't know, it's great to wrestle with kids like outside of our room. So
Get some little yeah, I mean, because you have just, you come a little east, you've got Tiger Club, right? You got Brandon, you got Gibson. South of you is what? The Mafia, D1,
yeah,
Charlotte, Herndon. You guys just loaded.
yeah. So I don't know. I've went down to Manatee's practice. They were in a good room. Love wrestling with all the Manatee kids down there. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Gotta, right? Gotta, is that what he says? Gotta.
yeah,
That's awesome. Well, man, it'll be fun to get down there and hang out with you and do the things. It's good to finally get to meet you and talk to you. Like I said, I hear your name all over the place, and I see you in the brackets. I see you when the rankings come out. As I said, number 2 in the new rankings that came out yesterday. That had to be awesome for you. See your name up at that level. Is that what's the highest you've been in the Florida rankings? Is this the highest, or have you been up to that number 1 spot?
For like sophomore year, I was ranked number 1 coming into the season, and then
Nice.
junior year as well, I believe. So this is the first time I've been ranked
2.
second. Yeah, but I don't know, not a
I
state champ yet, so rankings
yeah,
don't
yeah.
mean anything, you know.
Well, and of course, if he won the state tournament, right? So rightfully so, they put him there, right? But we'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. 2 amazing kids. I've had both of you on, and you both are unbelievably humble and awesome kids. And it's cool to talk to 2 competitors that are highly competitive against each other, but there's not really bad blood. You know what I mean? Like it's
no, yeah,
we get it on, but afterwards we're cool. And it's awesome to see how our sport does that. I just had yesterday. I had Alex Thompson on from Nebraska. I don't know if you saw it. I had
yeah.
to post it afterwards because I had to do it from my car,
Mhm.
and he went back and forth with a guy in the Big Ten, and now that guy is his drill partner at Nebraska. So he's like pretty sick. We went back and forth, and he's like, damn, I guess I'll never find out who wins that 3rd match because now we're drilling together, and
Yeah,
there's no bad blood there. It was kind of nice to. He said it's kind of nice to have a guy that I was competing that hard with now in the room helping me. So
yeah.
um, I love that about this sport. What do you think? You obviously grew up in a sport. It was probably a sport you were destined for because of your dad, and a lot of kids that happens to them. They're good kids, come from a good family, and they were born into wrestling, and then wrestling does amazing things for them. Where would you? What has wrestling meant to you? Your personality, your life, your grades. Um, how has it really driven you and made you a better person?
Well, if I didn't wrestle, I'd probably just fish every day.
Which
But
isn't a bad thing either, right?
no, no. I don't know. My parents are pretty strict, and they're always on me about, setting myself up for the future. So, I wouldn't be doing anything bad or getting in trouble if I wasn't wrestling. But I don't know. I'd definitely be focused on school a lot. You know.
Yeah,
So,
and not all kids that are in our sport come from your type of background.
Yeah.
A lot of them found wrestling and the discipline and everything it does to them. But what does it mean for you to be able to lead all these kids in the room? You're going into your senior year, and there's something that you need to be doing to make sure that these younger kids coming up are keeping that Palm Harbor, keeping that Canes, and making sure that the future of your alma mater is on fire and going in the right direction. So what does it mean to you now to be the senior in the room, to be the leader, and to make sure that these young kids are coming up in the right direction?
Like when I was a freshman, we had a really senior heavy team. So like I got to see what Palm Harbor was about, you know. Like I got beat up on when I was a freshman, you know, in the room. And you know, it's great to like show more of the younger guys like where they need to be at if they want to compete at a higher level, you know.
What do you think it's going to do now for the Canes to have their own facility?
Definitely a lot more wrestling. When we were at our high school, it's like we could wrestle, but like, you know, if I wanted to get a practice in Sunday morning or Saturday night, it's kind of hard. But I mean, now it's like, you know,
hey coach, can we get in the room?
Yeah.
Like it. Daryl Williams, and I know you spoke about this a little earlier, but Daryl Williams just asked, what weight do you think you'll go this year?
Between 20 and 32.
There you go, Daryl. I hope that helps. It's a pretty vague answer, but there you go. Anywhere from 120 to 132. I know you're competing at the GFC in October. You've already qualified for 32, so you don't need to be up in Kissimmee. And you had mentioned 125, huge bracket there. I can't wait to meet you up there and get to see you. But I think I'll get to meet you here next weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I'll get to do that. That'll be fun. And I look forward to being up in Myrtle Beach. These are my first, my wife has finally given me permission to little by little get out of the house. It was very tough negotiating to be able to go to the D1 duels. I had to negotiate heavy. And I'm not allowed to stay overnight. I'm not allowed to go play. I have to go and do my business and come home. But we can have fun with masks on. We can still have fun with masks on. So it'll be good. Yeah, man, let's do the 10 questions, man. This has been awesome. But these next 10 questions are brought to you by Manscaped. I've got the Lawnmower 3.0 here. They've asked me to rep this on my 1 o'clock show today. Your balls will definitely thank you. Lawnmower 3.0. Everybody, these next 10 questions are brought to you by Manscaped. Their 3rd generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents. We don't want grooming accidents, that hurts. To advanced skin safe technology pioneered by Manscaped. When I tell you this is premium, I mean premium. And the battery lasts up to 90 minutes, but if it takes you longer than 90 minutes to shave your junk, something is wrong. So make sure you take and use that. Again, use code WARD, WARD, get 20% off. They're giving you a pretty bag now and undies and all this other stuff. I think with my discount and their discount, I think it brings it from like $140 all the way down to $71 right now. So remember, like a buddy of mine said, a stump looks bigger in the desert than it does in the woods. So get your Manscaped, and these questions are ready for you. So the first one is Oreos or Chips Ahoy?
Chips Ahoy for sure.
Man, you like the soft or the crunchy?
Soft, definitely.
Like them too. Let's say high C or ankle pick.
High crotch.
Man, all the kids love that high C. Ramen noodles or mac and cheese?
Ramen noodles.
I saw something the other day on TikTok. You know, all you kids are TikToking. I got one too. So they showed some lady making like ramen, and she was crunching up Doritos and putting it in there. And I was like, damn, I don't know. I mean, I like Doritos and I like ramen. Maybe it'll work. The half or the cradle?
Cradle, for sure.
Nice. Chicken wings, drums or flats?
I don't know. That's a hard one. I like both, but
Hey, there's no rules to this. There's no rules, so you can say that. I like both. That's it.
I like both. Yeah.
There you go. Barbecue ribs or barbecue chicken?
Barbecue chicken.
Ooh, a little different route there. Head and arm or suplex?
Suplex.
Bang or rock star?
Bang.
Nice. Okay, so tilts, leg ride or roll through?
Roll through.
Nice. Well, that's all I have. These were brought to you by Manscaped, where you can trim your jewels for as low as 20% off plus free shipping with code name WARD, W-A-R-D, manscaped.com. Hey, man, I have to learn how to do that because I've never pitched anything in my life on my shows. I don't know how to do it. I don't want it to overtake my shows, but Manscaped is pretty cool. We're men. We're boys. Manscaped, way to go. Your balls will thank you. So, hey, man, this is awesome. I can't wait to get down there and see you guys, see your team. Your show is going to be original because it's the first show I've ever talked about my balls. So that's fantastic. And I am so excited to finally be getting out of the house a little bit and getting to go see some wrestling. Not only next weekend, I get to go see you guys, not this weekend, the following weekend. And the weekend after that, I get to go visit and see the 32. And if I'm not dead yet, by October 4th, I get to go up to the Grappler. So everybody out there at these tournaments, man, please wear your mask, do what they ask so we can continue to have these tournaments. Even if you don't like it, please do it just so we can continue to do this and have fun and get these kids back out on the mats. Hey, man, keep kicking ass, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm sure you didn't say that very enthusiastically.
It was awesome.
Hey, we'll do it again. We'll do it again 2 weekends from now. I'll set up a little table or something. I'll have to get with Coach Prince and see what I can do. But you can come sit at the table after your match or before your match and talk about it. I mean, I don't know who's going to be. There's like 6 schools, but I don't know anybody 125 at any of those other schools that's at your level. Is there?
I don't know. There's a lot of great competition. Like I know that Mancey's going, because our coach is, always honest about Manatee and whatnot. But I don't know any of the other teams. So hopefully it'll be a good turnout.
Cool. It'll be fun to see a little competition, right?
Yeah.
Man, I look forward to meeting you again. Thank you so much for coming on. It's an honor to have you. The third of those big 120s from last year, all on Ward Wrestling Live. That's awesome. You guys keep doing big things. I'm a big fan of Palm Harbor, obviously with Avramitis and Nick. I've gotten to meet them both on multiple occasions on my show. We've shouted out the new club when it was opening up, and I'm so happy that he's got that for you guys down there. And man, somehow get your brother out of JUCO and back into the damn mat. No, he's done. He's fishing. He's gone fishing.
Yeah, gone fishing.
Gone fishing. All right, brother. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. And yeah, man, tell your dad to order one of these. Help me out.
I will. It was nice.
He can shave his head with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, big guy, man. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, sir.